All right. Man, great Tuesday. Unbelievable weather. Cooled down a little bit. All right. A lot of great Mississippians are probably enjoying this good hunting weather, they would say. And had a lot of juice, a lot of energy today. Really good hitting going on. Saw a lot of great competition. And, got a lot of good punt work. This is a really good team we're playing, man. They're so much improved. Coach Spav's done a great job. I got a lot of respect for him. They're so much better on defense than what they've been. Their last 2 weeks, they're playing at a really high level. To beat App State and then to go to Troy and take them to the wire like they did. They've got it really going on right now. They're undefeated at home, I believe. And so it's going to be a tremendous challenge for us. And we got to go down there, man, and continue to improve. That's what we're doing as a program, right? We won 3 games last year. We've already won 3 this year. We continue to improve. We continue to mold. We continue to build. We continue to recruit, and that's what we're trying to do is build this great program back day by day. So with that, I'll open it up.
Will, do you have any injury update for Ty?
Ty Keys? Yeah, he's out for the year. Yeah, he's out for the year. Yep.
Coach, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Finish up, bro.
Just to bounce off that, Trey Lowe, can you talk to his status? Is it just trying to get the ball to younger guys? Or, where is he kind of at in the depth chart in your mind?
Yeah, Trey is a great kid. It's going to be a great coach. He's doing everything we ask. He's just, he's behind Zach and Jake right now from a performance standpoint. Yep.
Last week you guys had some nice balance. Did some nice things out of your gap scheme. You think through the course of the game, you guys kind of wore them down as you went?
I think so, but I think it was happening all game, Glenn. Like if you look in the early drive, we ran an inside zone on like 2nd and 2, and we knocked the line of scrimmage 5 yards back. So it was happening all night. We just weren't executing at quarterback well enough to show it. The ball wasn't getting handed off sometimes the way we needed it to, and the execution just wasn't there, just at the quarterback position. And so late in the game, we started executing better, and, we kind of started moving the ball better, and that's generally, kind of the way it goes. I thought our O-line played unbelievable, though, man. It was our line of scrimmages on both sides of the ball was probably the difference in that game. We won a football game where we lost the turnover battle 2-0 and gave up a safety. You got to be really good to do that. There's very few teams that can do that. That won't happen much this whole football season. All the college football games combined, it'll be interesting to look it up how many times a team wins a game after losing the turnover battle by 2. And so that was a huge step, and like that's huge growth for this program. And it shows how well we actually played on O&D in the kicking game in the parts of it. You know what I mean? Because if that turnover battle is 0-0 or we're up +1 or +2, it could have been a much different outcome.
Off of that, could you speak to the process of a young quarterback? You were talking about making those decisions, whether to pull it or keep it. Is that a feel thing, an eye thing, or a little of both?
Yeah, I think Zach's right on track to where we thought he would be and where I've had a lot of great freshmen be. He comes in, things are easy, there's no expectation level, you play, and then teams see what you can and can't do, and they start game planning for you, and then it gets a little bit harder, and then you realize the weight of the world's on you, and you kind of hit rock bottom, and then you start building back up. And I think, Zach has had a tough week the last 2 weeks. He's made some plays. The seam ball to Ty Mims, the 2 throws to Ty Mims were unbelievable. The throw to Frank Gore on the wheel route was a phenomenal throw and a great play. So he had some good plays. He had some plays he'd like to have back. We're going to continue to coach him and grow him and build him because he's going to be a really good player. There's very few great quarterbacks out there that didn't have some bad games as freshmen.
Well, bouncing off of that, obviously, freshman quarterback was taking most of the snaps today. This will be, I think, maybe the 5th or even 6th time this season that you're playing against a quarterback with outrageous experience. What type of challenge does that present for you on a weekly basis?
Yeah, so I got a lot of respect for their quarterback, Hatcher. I remember him out of high school. I was at Lafayette when he was coming out. He was a state wrestling champion, a real tough guy. A guy that has a chip on his shoulder because he's not the biggest guy and he's always trying to prove people wrong. So he's always been a winner his whole life. I got great respect for him and Coach Spav. And like I said, they're turning their program around. And when we got to play well on defense. As far as us goes, Zach's really talented. Zach's young. We think Zach is going to be a great player. We're going to keep coaching him and molding him. We do a lot of really good stuff on offense. We always have. It's very similar to what the Saints have done forever. And what LSU did when Joe Burrow was there, similar system. So, there's some intricacies to it that, we're trying to make it simpler, but yet still have enough answers. And, man, he does some things really good, David, and you can see it. Sometimes he doesn't, and we got to continue to play better around him and keep molding him and keep growing him. Because there's going to come a day where there's going to be a lot of people wearing number 12 jerseys around here, you know.
Ja'Karius Caston goes down. Any
Yeah.
update?
Yeah, I think we'll have him back this week. I do. I think we'll have him back this week, but he went down early, but it's not a season-ending injury or anything, and I would say he's probable for this week.
With him, if he does or doesn't play, I mean, would you see it as an opportunity for the rest of that wide receiver room to kind of have a chance to show off the talent?
Yeah, I mean, Ty Mims came in and played great. We've recruited well there, and that shows growth in the program. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this now. Dalen Gill, Ty Mims, Zach Wilkie, Santrell Latham, Chandler Pittman. That's 5 guys off the top of my head that started in that game that was not starting early in the season. Oh, Latrell Jones, Frog, that's 6. So that's 6 guys that are integral pieces of what we're doing and playing at a high level that were in competitions to play early in the season that are now playing more because of injuries. And so, like, that's college football. Everybody deals with that, and last year we couldn't overcome that. So again, that shows improvement, that shows growth, that shows great recruiting, and we're continuing to do that. You know,
talk about Janari and just how important it was to get him going in that game, and how important it is to have a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it was great. You know, number one, we had 69 snaps offensively because we moved the ball consistently all game. So when you add 13 to 15 more snaps than what you've been getting, that's 13 to 15 more opportunities for kids to play. So it was great that Janari got in there. We envisioned that all year, having 70 snap games where Frank and Janari could 1-2 punch it. And we got to get Rambo in there more too, because he's a good player, and Chandler Pittman's doing some good things. So it was good to see for all those kids.
Did you find out Janari chipped his tooth on that last kickoff?
I did. He, good old country boy, man. Good old country tough guy. So we knew that wouldn't hold him back.
You know, when you've talked a little bit in the past about, I guess, having some more ambitious recruits around because you might get them back in the transfer portal. Why is that something that's been important for you guys to do?
Yeah, because we're in Mississippi. You know, we're in South Mississippi. You know, with Lower Alabama, Southeast Louisiana, it's a very fertile recruiting area. We understand everybody comes in here to get these guys. We know all their coaches. We know them. We know a lot of their family members. And when it's not working out for them somewhere else, we want to be the place of choice for them to come back home. If they're the right kind of fit and they love Southern Miss and they're Southern Miss people, we have been that. And David, I mean, we've been that even though we've not been winning. Now we're starting to win and do things right. I think it's only going to snowball effect. We feel really good about where we're headed in recruiting.
Do you find that that's something that a lot of your peers are doing as well?
I don't know, but most of my peers didn't come from where I came from. You know, at Division II, we've been living in this world our whole career. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Quentin Bivens, Tylen Knight, all these guys we got, they would have had to transfer down a level. They'd have probably played for me at West Alabama or West Georgia, to be honest with you, five years ago. But now they can come here.
Coach, on that wheel route, could you kind of talk to Frank? Could you talk about how to execute that to make that rub right?
Yeah, we did it right.
Okay.
We did it right. Yep, that's really all I can say.
You got you.
Yep.
Bryson Mays, see him out there.
Yeah. He is highly probable for this weekend. Highly probable. Yeah.
Anything else?